Are you steering your own ship, or have you jumped aboard someone else's ship, a cruise ship of leisure? My name is Marcy Youngster, and today I want to talk to you about the value and the importance of staying on your own ship, of steering your own life. It is so easy for us to become overwhelmed with steering our own lives that we resort to binge watching Netflix or Prime, or just moving ourselves into escapism, watching other people on Instagram, doom scrolling on TikTok, escaping from the monotony and the boredom and the restlessness of having to navigate and steer our own ship. But my friends, as part of the Shipshape Queen channel, I want to talk to you about the importance and some of the strategies that have helped me steer my own ship in spite of sometimes literally wanting just to jump overboard into the ocean. You may have discovered, if you have been interested in losing weight, getting in shape, that it starts off exciting and you're all gung-ho, but at a certain point, you're going to hit a wall of resistance. Everybody does, no matter what you're doing. It's the way life is designed. No matter if you are broke or if you are a billionaire, you're going to face obstacles at a certain point, a wall of resistance, and the secret is, will you be able to persist? Now, I'm preaching to the choir, i.e. myself. It is so easy, as I said, to abandon ship. No, I don't mean like a full-scale I quit, but slowly to drift away by immersing ourselves in distractions, in watching mindless YouTube videos even, escaping from the reality that we need to put in our own time, we need to put in our own effort, we need to take action on our own goals. We don't move an inch watching what someone else is doing, getting inspired and fired up by what someone else is doing on YouTube, or some other book that someone has written, or looking at someone's transformation in their health. It doesn't change one thing about you except perhaps give you motivation, inspiration, and the desire to dream again, which are really important. It's like lighting a match. But as you well know, a match soon burns out, and so does motivation. The real motivation, the real impetus for your continued transformation journey has got to be you drill down into your heart, you go find why you want it, and you decide that you're willing to pay the price. Now, I'm not suggesting that you look at it as a great big gargantuan problem when you look at it. Simply look at the situation and say, I want to change this, and I'm going to take one baby step. And then I will take another, and I will take another, and I will take another. And I'm here to tell you, my friends, if you can keep doing that, just taking one baby step at a time, each time going maybe a little harder or a little longer, you will see results. There is a book that I read some years ago called The 1% Solution. And I absolutely loved this book because it gave me a practical mindset that to achieve a goal, you simply need to become 1% better each time. In other words, don't make it such a huge leap that you are totally overwhelmed and you're totally convinced you can never do it. The Japanese also have a special process called, I don't know if you say it's Kaizen or Kaizen, it's Kaizen. And it's the concept that you go little by little by little, because if you make a goal that's too big all at once, our brain will shut us down. We're like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. And we become extremely overwhelmed and intimidated. So I like to kind of like trick my mind, keep the big goal back here, but say, I'm only going to focus on moving here. Case in point, today I had to do my lower body workout. I had to do lunges, which are my, shall we say, most challenging exercise. especially when I'm getting started, especially when you're going from nothing to something. That's the hardest because I have not built the momentum. I have not built the flow, if you will, and my muscles are still getting acclimated. I kind of took a detour this past week. I've had some challenges, and so I have not done my lunges in about 5 days or more. Anyway, I just told myself, just show up in my gym. Just do one set and let's see how it goes. That's what I'm talking about. Instead of saying, oh, Marcy, you have to do this whole humongous workout. It's going to be so intense. You have to do it so it's really hard or you're not going to get results. No. I simply showed up and I said, let me do it a little bit better than last time. And you know what? I did. Now, my legs are wobbly and burning, but I didn't kill my legs. I just simply showed up and did that. So back to my point. Have you abandoned your ship? Your queen of the ship. You actually are the queen of your ship. And it's so easy and so inviting to jump aboard someone else's ship and travel along on their dreams, on their wishes, on their story. But my friends, you need to live your story on your ship. You need to steer your ship. And if you find that you just feel like you can't, that's a story for another day. But I was sitting in my sauna today and I just thought, how interesting. Sometimes when things get too hard, we literally abandon our ship and we go for a while and live on someone else's ship. We coast along on the ocean, celebrating life and trying to forget our own ship. But my friends, if we do that, then our goals and dreams are drifting. That ship that we've abandoned and we've jumped aboard another ship that seems more exciting. When we abandon our own course, when we abandon our own dreams, we're going in circles like in the Bermuda Triangle. Remember the Bermuda Triangle? Allegedly that mythical place. I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently ships were found with nobody on them, just going in a circle around and around. And all of the inhabitants on the ship had seemingly evaporated. Don't let your ship get trapped in a Bermuda Triangle of distractions so that you leap aboard someone else's ship and you leave your goals spinning in circles. Your transformation, my friends, I'm here to tell you, is so vitally important because what it's going to do for you, aside from your physique, aside from building muscles, aside from losing inches or pounds, aside from letting you wear smaller clothing if that's important to you, what it's going to really do is going to strengthen you to show up better in every other area of your life. It doesn't make sense, I know, but if you can build more muscle, do greater cardio, discipline yourself to eat cleaner, cut out the sugar and the alcohol, and rebuild yourself, my friend, you will show up in your life in a much better capacity everywhere you go, and you will enjoy the process more. You will enjoy being you much more. And the people who get to meet you are going to get the 2.0 version of you. It's really important that we keep our mindset, that we remember to steer our own ship. And so my question also to you is, when you wake up in the morning, do you ask yourself, where is my ship? Where is my ship? Is my ship over there drifting along? Or when I wake up, do I immediately grab the helm of it and do I steer my life? Because so often we wake up, myself included, and I don't even think about my ship. I just wake up and go, I want something with caffeine in it. So if we can think the night before though, what is the most important thing to do the next morning to steer my ship? We will have a better day. The last couple days, I did not do that. And as a result, I abandoned the ship of my fitness in terms of first thing. I was so excited to make these videos, which for a long time have been really challenging for me to get everything set up, that I woke up because I, the night before, had stayed up too late and I hadn't gotten enough sleep. So I wasn't emotionally and physically strong enough to do a great workout. So I focused on my videos. The result being, I got the videos done, which I was really pumped about, but I never got my workout done yesterday because I put my secondary goal in the first place. And my first place goal must be my health and fitness, because when I do that, I show up better on camera with greater clarity, with greater ingenuity, with greater mindfulness, etc. So last night, I decided a new discipline. Every time you make a discipline, it affects everything else in your life, according to the famous business guru, Jim Rohn. And I realized in analyzing what's going on with me is I've been watching screens too late, watching podcasts or videos, etc., too late. The result being that when I finally turn off the light, my brain is so stimulated, I can't sleep well. I either can't fall asleep or I wake up at 2:30 in the morning because I think I've messed up my dopamine. So last night, I made the decision from now on, my phone goes off at 8 p.m. That's it. I have to be disciplined. So I did that last night, and I lay in my bed, and of course I had the rumblings of, I want to see what's going on my phone. I go, no, Marcy, discipline. We are sailing towards the island of consistency this week, so I need to be consistent in applying all of the things that are going to build my body and my sleep and my mind. And so I ignored it, and would you believe I fell asleep in like 5 minutes. Now, I woke up at like 3 in the morning, but it's okay because I had already had like 7 hours of sleep. So I got up, but last night I had also told myself, Marcy, when you get up, the first thing you're going to do, you can have your caffeine, you can do a little bit of your journaling and all that. You're going to do your lower body workout before you get to work on your videos. So I did that. I got up and I did a lot of work on my journal, and then I said, go take a hot bath, because I like to take a hot bath first. It gets all of my muscles warm and soft. And then I went and I did the lunges. I take it back. I did the sauna first. I did the sauna, then I took a quick hot shower, and then I went and did my lunges at home, and then I went and did the leg press and leg extensions at EOS, which is a local gym, because I don't have a leg press machine here. And then I came home, did my shower, did my makeup, and here I am. And how do I feel? I feel like $1 million, because I'm living in integrity with what my ship is calling me to do. Right now, my ship, which is my life, is calling me to stay in alignment and to work on my body, to work on my diet, to work on my exercise, to work on my sleep. If I shared anything in this video that you find relevant or resonates, could you do me a huge favor? Could you just tell me in the comments? I need to know if what I'm sharing resonates with other people. It lights me up, but maybe it's just me. I always need to find solutions to keep me motivated and moving forward on my goals, because if not, if I get a little down, I tend to jump onto other people's ships and go sailing along like the row, row, row your boat. Life is but a dream. Merrily, 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 we sail down the stream. You don't go anywhere when you're just sailing mindlessly. We want to steer our ships. So until next time, I'm Marcy Youngster, creator of Shipshape Queen. I hope that you will resolve to become a Shipshape Queen, and stay tuned to my next episode.